Hey guys, Jared here again. A quick video to run you through sequencing risk. I have done some other videos in regards to this, but I want to just focus on one video and isolate it and go into a bit more detail. So sequencing risk, what is it? It's an added risk once you enter retirement and start drawing money off your superannuation, essentially. So I'm going to give you two scenarios. The first scenario is two people where they're not retired. And the second scenario is going to be these same people when they're retired. But let's focus on this one first. They're not retired. So investor A and investor B, they invest over 11 years, as you'll see down the left-hand side. They both start with the same starting balance of $350,000. And you'll see the returns that they get each year. So year one, investor A will get 3%, and then negative 25, negative 10, 4, 12, and so on, averaging out over those 11 years for a 5% return. Investor B starts with 350. As you'll see, investor B gets the exact same returns as investor A, but in reverse order. So you'll see 3% is at the end, negative 25 in year two versus the second last year, and negative 10, negative 10, and so on. So because they're exactly the same numbers over the same period, the average is exactly the same, 5%. Now these people aren't retired, they're not withdrawing any money, so at the end of 11 years, you'll see the difference between the two portfolios is $0. That makes sense. Same average, same returns, no change in portfolios at the end. They've both got $549,000. But let's flip that on its head and start withdrawing money out. Pretend they're retired. They're going to get the same returns, same averages, but one's going to get them in reverse order. And you'll see here that the difference between the two portfolios in exactly the same scenarios is $169,000. Now, why is that the case? Because they're withdrawing $25,000 out, the person who got the bad returns at the start are forced to sell their shares at a very bad time and not allowing the shares to recover back to the price that they should be at after a market downturn. So negative 25%. That might be a similar scenario as to what happened after in 2020 when the COVID started. The markets dropped around 30%. So you might see negative 25, negative 10, and the person still needs money to retire on to cover their living costs. They're forced to sell those shares at a discounted rate, locking in those losses. So that's sequencing risk, getting bad returns at the start of your retirement journey. So there's strategies to help reduce that risk, and that's where we use our bucket strategy. So there's another video on that to help you understand that a little bit better. Thank you.